So we're live. We're live, yo. And so here's the deal. I just got off the phone with the North Carolina GOP. A woman from the North Carolina GOP called me and says, "Is this the blah, blah, blah residence?" And I'm like, "No, you reached improv comedy. This is improv comedy." And it says, "Oh, you must be funny. You sound fun." And yeah. So you're voting for Donald Trump? And I says, "Well, I am a Republican on paper, and or at least I registered GOP, but I have way too much integrity." The second time I've had the same conversation in a week. I have too much integrity to vote for Donald Trump. He says, "Well, what about, so you're going to vote for Hillary Clinton?" Says, "Yeah, so you don't think Hillary Clinton is blah, 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 blah." It says, "She is the lesser of two evils," which is, I know little liberals don't like to hear that, but yeah, she is the lesser of two evils, and I don't think she's evil, but I think she's a better candidate for president. They're equally deplorable when it comes to the negative. The cons, not the cons like KAHNs, but they equally are deplorable in their own little way.
No.
But Hillary, her pro list is really long. Basically, the pros and cons weigh in Hillary's favor, and it's not even close. I would argue that their list of cons are similar. She is engaged in pay to play. He paid to play. I don't think she's ever grabbed someone's vagina without them asking. She's married to a deplorable man. Wienergate is trying to bring her down. She said, "Oh, you know what happened last Friday?" It says, "Yeah, nothing. There was a letter from Comey." There's a whole, I'm sorry, I had some nachos. There's this whole thing. Should James Comey resign the FBI? And I don't know. I don't know if it's all James Comey's fault. I don't know. I don't think he handled the whole thing last Friday well. It sounds like he should have resigned for bowing to the Justice Department's wishes to not investigate Hillary. It really sounds like a political move that was forced upon him by the Justice Department. I don't think he was allowed to operate independently from Obama's Justice Department. I really think that whatever was going on there, Hillary's minions were pressuring him from behind the scenes to not prosecute. I honestly believe that. I honestly believe, there's crooked ass shit going on from the Clinton side. So I don't think Comey should resign for what happened last Friday. I think I almost want to say, let's send Trump to DC to blow it up, right? I understand that sentiment. There's a part of me that almost wants to say, yeah, but I feel like it would be the equivalent of killing Saddam Hussein without a fucking plan, right? I feel like sending Donald Trump to the White House would have the same effect. We basically would destroy Washington and create a vacuum without somebody to lead it that has a fucking clue. And that's basically who Donald Trump is. He is the nuclear option without an after plan, right? We don't have a plan. He is the nuclear option. Should Comey resign? I don't think so.
Because that's a big thing. A lot of people are calling for his resignation.
Yeah, and a lot of people on the GOP thought he should resign when he said, "Oh, I'm not going to. I don't think we should prosecute. I'm not pressing charges." Right back in July or whatever it was. Right, we're like, "Hey, everything's gone." There are 650,000 emails. All that letter did from Friday is cast a shadow of doubt, and the only people that really seem to be affected by it are the diehard Trump fans that are like, already think she's like evil incarnate. She's not evil incarnate. She's far from perfect. And basically, because of the fucked up DNC and the even more fucked up GOP, we are left with the choices of Donald Trump. I'm sorry, that's my left hand. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton on the left, right? Hillary Clinton is more center than Barack Obama. Far more center than Bernie Sanders. She's not the crazy liberal that the Republicans make her out to be. She used to be. I think she was in the early 90s, but she's been playing the Washington game long enough that she knows how to fly close to the center to get shit done. And that's who we need. You know what we don't need? We don't need a bunch of other fucking asshole GOP congressmen saying, oh, come on in, Hillary, because we're going to block everything. We're going to block every nominee. You know what? I'm registered GOP, and I'm ready to vote straight DNC. I don't need Washington to explode. I need the GOP to explode. I need the GOP to go fuck itself so that we can move on as a country. I don't like it when the liberals try to change things so fast overnight. You know, I mean, it's great. You know, let's stop. Let's get rid of sexism. Let's get rid of racism. Let's get rid of homophobic shit and everything else and anti-Semitism. But when you try to push the needle too fast, one way or the other, you know, it creates, you know, I think Obamacare was too much for too many. Although Obamacare never would have existed if Hillary didn't have her plan in the early 90s. And you know what's kind of funny? Obamacare is farther left, right? We could bring Hillary's plan in and actually solve the problem with Hillary's 1990s agenda. So that might actually solve the problem. I was very against it in the 1990s, but I've been the beneficiary of Obamacare and Medicare at times, you know, when things weren't working out so well. I got to a point, that's the closest thing I've ever taken to an entitlement. I've never taken unemployment when I've been unemployed. I've never taken any other handouts whatsoever, except for my parents. But not everybody has parents to go begging to, and they need some help now and then to keep off the streets and keep from, you know, having to move to Mexico or whatever. You know, it's so, you know, we need to fix a lot of things, but you know what? The GOP needs to go fuck itself. And I'm a GOP registered Republican voter in the state of New Jersey. Born and bred Republican. I have a father that votes Republican straight ticket no matter what. I have a mother that's Republican but never votes straight ticket no matter what. And I'm more leaning to that line. I'm going to be the Republican that votes straight DNC.
But you're not really Republican, so I don't know why you say that.
I am, though. But you know what? I am a Republican. I am just not conservative enough, and I'm not Christian enough for the nut jobs that are hijacking the Republican Party.
But
I'm sorry.
A lot of the issues you believe in Democrats, so
Maybe.
yeah.
Maybe.
A lot of the issues.
I feel, yeah, but you know what, though? I feel that the Democratic Party is too far left to me. If anything, I'm an independent. But I think, and if you hear me out on this, if you're a former Democrat or former Republican that claims to be independent now, we should be able to register one way or the other and still be consider ourselves independent. The whole idea of party loyalty, right? You can't demand party loyalty when you're full of shit as a party. So I'm registered GOP, but I'm ready to have it explode. I want to fix the GOP from within. I left the GOP because of all those shitheads that claim to be more Christian and more conservative. No, you're just a bunch of scary fuck ass shits. I think I'm cursing too much. They're just a bunch of scary, shitty people. And I know there's a lot of really great people in that group. I'm talking about people like Ted Cruz is a shitty, scary fucking asshole. We're just gonna blow up DC. We're not gonna let those liberal judges on the Supreme Court. We're gonna stop progress. It's one thing to stop progressives, but please stop fucking stopping progress. You're a fucking laughingstock around the fucking world. Because your ideologies. You're the minority party right now. You're in the minority. Now, I love the idea of the filibuster, that the 41%, the minority can keep the majority. The minority was meant to keep the majority from oppressing the minority. The whole idea of a 60%, you need a supermajority so that 51% can't fuck the other 42. And, we're going to ignore the other 7 or 8% in the middle. You need a supermajority to do a lot of things in this country, right? And in order to beat a filibuster, you have to have 60%. But we don't want you to be able to beat a filibuster. But at the same time, a filibuster is there to keep from abusing power. It's not there to say, I need the whole world to think what I think because I'm a fucking asshole. Ted Cruz. Hickory dickory dock. The mouse went up the fucking clock. I'd rather have, what's his name in there? The filibuster is there to keep the majority party from abusing power. To be able to say, no, you can't, this is not a dictatorship. You're not allowed to do this. It's not meant to blow up DC. It's not meant to stop all progress, to shut down the government. All those wonderful, brilliant, intelligent people from 200 plus years ago that came up with this thing are just turning in their graves. And it's the Republic, it's the same people that say, oh, we're protecting the intention of the founders. The founders, for the most part, were a bunch of atheists that said, you know what? Religion is part of the problem here. And it's not like religion that's the problem. It's the religious zealots, the self-righteous, the people that think their way is the only way. Again, I'm anti-abortion, but I'm pro-choice politically. Because it's not for me to tell any woman. And I think we need a woman president, because maybe a female president, and maybe, what we need really in this country is an all-Amazonian rule to finally beat out the bullshit. Right? We just need to beat the bullshit out of people like Ted Cruz. Get your bad acting crucible shit out of the Senate. You're a bad actor on stage. You're a bad actor in the Senate. Your only goal is anarchy. And fuck you for that being the case. Hiding behind conservatism when you're really a total anarchist. And it's not just Ted Cruz, but he's just like the easy target here, right? We need, I don't know. And there are still, you listen to these radio programs, Mark Levine or Alex Jones, or holy shit, Mark Levine, they're going to have a whole nother conservative radio or TV station, right? TV network, because Fox is not conservative enough. Fox, I consider myself a political conservative. And Fox is too crazy shit to the right for me. I have to watch MSNBC because I can watch MSNBC and listen to things that Mika Brzezinski or different people say on there and say, I know that's the partisan thing. I could sift through it. You know what I mean? And I could sit through it. I could sift through it, and I could say, okay, that's fact. But you have to, with those lenses, it's almost like the beer goggles. All the news is ugly, but if you have the right beer goggles, the right filters, you can filter out the extreme partisan crap. But Fox is just so partisan. It's bullshit, and it's the pundits on Fox. They take down the left and the right pundits on MSNBC. I can't watch CNN because it's all pundits, and they take them down, but it's just pundits. At least MSNBC has real journalists, right? And you can sift through a liberal journalist because they do have integrity as a journalist. They have integrity for the story. They have integrity for the facts. They have a slant that is a liberal slant most of the time, but I could sift through it, right? I have my independent goggles. So again, if you're new to me, this is Angry in the Middle. Registered as a GOP for the first time in a few years. Grew up Republican. I left the GOP and I'm back to hopefully fix it from within. But I'm not voting GOP for a while. Until the GOP gets its goddamn fucking act together. No more bullshit. No more hiding behind smiles. I love New York City because when you go to New York City, nobody stabs you in the back. They cut you right in the jugular. Like, you see them coming. They don't stab you in the back. Then I go, hey, you seem like a nice person. Oh, we're really nice here. Oh, you're gay. I'm not gay. I'm just saying that's what they say. Oh, yeah. Hey, look over there. Stab in the back. Oh, you're not one of us. Oh, you have like a really dark tan. Hey. And they smile the whole time, right? Because they're so polite and genteel, like a good Southerner or Midwestern fuck. We're polite. We don't use bad words. We burn and lynch and, well, we don't do that anymore. We don't do anything more. We just, change the voter rules and make sure they don't vote our white power out of power. And, I'm scaring myself out.
You're being weird.
Okay, I'm getting tired. So I just, vote. And if you think Trump is the right choice, vote for Trump. If you think Hillary is the right choice, vote for Trump. This is 40 and 7. If you think Hillary's the right choice, vote for Hillary. Don't waste a vote on Jill Stein or Gary Johnson or Mickey Mouse.
No, don't vote for Trump.
Yeah, vote for Hillary.
Yeah, don't vote for
I'm with her. I'm a Republican who is
You're not.
with Hillary. I am registered Republican in New Jersey who is pro Obamacare with fixes to come from Hillary.
And you're pro.
And I am going to do everything I can to destroy this current GOP. And hopefully we can rebuild it. Because what this country really needs is a functional, working Republican Party that represents all Republicans. It doesn't mean we want to kick out anybody. Like the people, can we kick out Mitch McConnell? He's not jobby enough for us. Can we kick out Paul Ryan? He's trying to be political. You assholes are tying his hands behind his back. What the fuck do you expect? Nobody in their right mind wants to run for office within the Republican Party because in order to win, you have to talk some crazy shit. And in order to govern, you have to ignore some crazy shit or be like the assholes in Michigan and Maine and just do crazy shit. Because you are crazy shit. And you got through on an off year.